All right, folks, it's another day out here, and another gloomy day at that. It's been raining on and off all day today. I guess mainly this morning. This afternoon it's just gloomy. So as you can see, we got two of the garage doors, I don't know, temp installed, I guess, maybe half installed if you want to say. So I'm gonna move forward, getting these things put together. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. Following directions as best I can, and hopefully I can get these tracks all the way in, and maybe I'll work on them springs today. Stay tuned. Okay, so we got all of our brackets temp installed. We got one up here, one over there, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got them all. So now what we need to do is make sure they're square, which means we need to get an X dimension from that corner to this corner, and then this corner to that corner. And we need to make sure that measurement is dead on, so then we know we're square. If we're square from the top of the door to there and the top of the door to there, then we can go ahead and tighten everything down and we are good to go. If not, we'll have to make some minor adjustments and to make sure that we are square, and then done. Then we're ready to move on to the next step. All right, now what we need to do is adjust the door so it's up against here and not have a giant gap up here. As you can see, there's a big gap. So we gotta take that out. So all we have to do is adjust these top rollers on both sides, push the door out, and then tighten it back up. Easy peasy. Oopsie. Out, up against the wall, nicely, and then tighten. Ooh. Make sure the roller is all the way back against the track, and then tighten. Done deal. Tie it up against the trim board here. Nice. All right, now don't mind the mess. We gotta put this bad boy up. Ooh, scarier than scary, this bad boy. All right, this is bracket goes on first. I just tightened this nut and now I gotta loosen it. Let's put our other hardware up there. These brackets are labeled left and right, so it's really hard to mess it up. And there's good pictures in the book for you Army folk out there. Okay, brackets installed. One on this side, one on that side. We're moving. Morning, folks. It's another day out here. It's a little chilly. Another cloudy day as the generator's running. Charging batteries. So as you can see, I got that one finished yesterday. And yeah, lost footage. Don't know what really happened. However, you probably didn't want to see that anyway. Remember them pictures I was talking about for you Army folks? Yeah. Dumb Air Force dude. Still messed it up. So, performed every step in the book, some of them twice. Redone. So now that I got a little know-how on how this is supposed to work, I'll go ahead and let you see me install that last one. Not the last one. We're gonna get this one rolling up and down. This one rolls up and down like a dream. And later on, my dad will be over here and we'll get this one set up, and then we'll have all garage doors in. Awesome. So yeah, enjoy me fumbling around with this thing again, and hopefully we get her done. Yeah. And they're labeled left and right, and yesterday I put them on backwards. How ridiculous is that? Yesterday it took me hours to get that one right. So I'm hoping that I got a little bit of know-how now, and we'll get this one done fairly quickly, I'm hoping. Moving on to this other side. Should be a lot easier since we know what we're doing since we did that side. And two other ones. I mean, hey, easy peasy. I like to do that bottom one at a little bit of an angle. So, gives us a little bit of space to tighten. Probably not supposed to do that, but hey, works. I like to say that we're moving faster than yesterday. But probably not. see that. That's the bracket we're installing. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta tighten that nut still. But yeah, we're moving right along. Step is to get these two rods connected. It's easy peasy. Just put this in here. And this in here. Then we gotta drill these holes. Definitely not a fun time. It's a pretty tough rod. Okay, we got the rod together with the two bolts. Okay, looks like we're just shy of 47. I will go ahead and write that down. We need that measurement for later. Okay. Next, we gotta get all these components and the spring onto this rod. All right, slide like a dream. So this is what we got. We got the drum, the winding, the spring, all goes on the left side. We got the other rod bearing over here and the right-hand drum here, which is black marked. All right, sounds like a plan? Boom. All right. I engage the spring and the winding, which is very simple. It's just two prongs. Just input it into the winding. Just make sure you can't remove it. And then now it's time to lift that spring up onto our brackets we installed. Very carefully, not to drop anything. Okay, now that that's up there, you kind of want to make sure your rod is centered somewhat. And we'll go ahead and engage this one. So this drum, I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't. I'll get you up here in a minute. Has to go in the bracket that we installed. So you kind of remove it. Put this one in over here. We got a little bit of space. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, it's got these little grooves. It's got to slide into these here. It looks like we are good right where we need to be. And the drum is in between the bracket. Looking good. Just as that one is. And you see we'll have these retaining clips on the bar to make sure that the bar doesn't pop out. It's just a little piece of plastic. Is it really that safe? Ah, who knows. But yeah, we got her in. We're getting there. We're getting close. Got it. I think we'll go ahead and engage the left side first. I'll bring you over here so you can kind of see what we got going on here. All right, so you want this drum to go in this bracket right here, and then your winding has these little grooves right here. They'll slide right in here. So just lift your spring out a little bit. Slide that in there. It's a nice fit. Now, I'm gonna set you right here. We're gonna get this installed here. Make sure your drum is still there. Give her a little tappy tappy. Make sure she's in all the way. She is definitely in all the way. There's some little ears in there that you can tell if it's in all the way. So our spring is good. It's exactly where we want it. It's on the left side, so you're tightening right here or loosening right here, depending on what you got. So it's not like up here. Very simple. Okay, so next thing's next. You really want to make sure your tubes have equal spacing, protruding on both sides. Just make sure it's roughly the same. Doesn't have to be exact, just needs to be there. Next, we want to make sure that we spin this spring, which is not tightened yet, so just make sure it's not tightened. You just want to turn it until the line is facing you. So now you can see that's our reference line. We want to be able to see that. Alright, next you want to be able to hold the tube in place right where it's at, because you don't want your spring to move. Slicer and dicer around here somewhere. Yeah, you just take these cables, throw your trash wherever you will. Don't litter though. Alright, got 2 cables, one for each side. This. Tell you, sometimes it would have been easier if you would have put them on in the beginning. But I find like I like to do it the hard way, as always. Another measurement, just for good measure. All right, we are looking perfecto. All right, now, do I have my wrench? This thing is really easy to tighten. Can you see it? How about there? This thing's really easy to tighten. Just need a wrench. Now you want these to be snug, but you don't want them to be too snug as to where they're gonna mess up your tube. Okay? Oh, that's really loose. All right. All right, we are tight. Yeah, you don't want to ruin your tube by tightening that too much. So you just want it to be snug. Probably another, once again, half to 3/4 of a turn after you become snug. So you just want to be a little bit of German torque, you know what I'm talking about, some good and tight. And we'll get her. It's almost time to start winding. We're just gonna make sure everything's looking exactly the way it should be before we start putting tension on this spring. Okay, before we start tightening, we need to install the rod retainers. All right guys, if everything went right, we are ready to turn the spring. And for this door, it says, because it's an 8-foot door, we should be 12 3/4 windings. So let's start winding. Okay guys, you can see the recommended for us for this door is 12 3/4 windings, and that line is what you go by. Remember that line was straight across before. Each turn is a 1 winding, so you just count your lines. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we needed to go 3/4, so you can't quite see that 3/4 line, but she's at the top. It's 3/4. Now, in reality, we should be able to open this door with 2 fingers. And what you want to do the very first time you open it is you only want to open it 3 to 4 feet. Make sure everything's moving properly. And then, once you feel comfortable that way, slowly push the door up. Make sure your tracks, everything's going to stay in there. You don't want the door to fall out of there. And you don't want to make sure none of the brackets are too far out or misadjusted and you scratch the face of your door with one of your brackets, just to make sure. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to open this door nice and easy, slow. We'll see if it is. We can always adjust. When you do adjust your spring, it is recommended that you wait 5 minutes. Once you have adjusted, just wait 5 minutes, readjust later. So we're just going to give it a little bit. I'm going to do a little extra parts inventory, and then we'll see. All right, let's give her a little look-see. Like a dream. All right, I also went and installed that locking mechanism over here. Perfecto. It's easy, just pop out a perforated edge. Hey guys, that's how you install a garage door. And believe you me, I am no professional. These are the first garage doors I've ever installed in my life. I followed directions in the book, in the little instruction manual that they gave. So we got one more door to put together. I got to do some bracing around that. You can see that when it's done. But I am mechanically inclined somewhat. I was an aircraft mechanic for 24 years. So I do have a little bit of wrench turning experience, but never in my life did I ever think I would build a building. So I'll tell you what, guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Sometimes it takes a lot of YouTube videos to get the gist of things, and you kind of just press on and do what you can, do the best you can, and make sure everything's square. Double check, recheck. I don't know, maybe I'm lucky, but I have been pretty square on my entire building. But like I said, guys, I am no professional. I have never in my lifetime thought I would do something like this. I've always wanted to. This is a great experience, and I can't thank people enough for the support that y'all give me. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Everything helps the channel. I appreciate y'all. You guys are the best. Have a good week. All right, folks. Same day. We got a garage door, and a garage door, and a garage door. All three in. We'll get some trim on them eventually. We got a lot to do. So it's never ending. The to-do list doesn't stop. But man, what an accomplishment. All three garage doors in and works like a dream. Just need to get some electric garage door openers, and we're in money. That'll be later. Nothing to shake a stick at. Good thing I'm videoing this. Fumble fingers here. Can't keep his hands on stuff. I tell you, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Snap the drill bit nicely.